This Indaba has been called after long discussions and consultations led by the Limpopo office under the leadership of our provincial manager, Victor. It comes at a time when, particularly in this province, there's been a lot of court cases as the result of farm workers being either, thrown to the pigsty or, shot because they thought it was a baboon. And this is over a period of time. These incidents happen, and a number of other related things like access to graves, evictions, cut of water, electricity, etc. And the provincial office, in consultation, of course, with the national office, have decided to call this Indaba and involve as many stakeholders as possible. And I must say, for me, the only sadness is that we don't see the presence of the agricultural community here, because that would have been great for us to in the light of the theme of the Indaba. It is social harmony. So it's not, it's saying how do we build social harmony in this sector in order to address the kind of issues that we are confronted with. So it's sad that they're not here, because they would have made a wonderful contribution, and also maybe, state some facts that we may not be aware of, but it would be wonderful to have had them here. And the Commission's expectations of this Indaba, of course, it's going to be a footprint for the rest of our work throughout the country, because not only this province that faces these challenges within the agricultural sector, and therefore it's very important that we understand the resolutions or the recommendations that will come out of here will also assist the other provinces where similar challenge, and maybe not, but maybe other challenges, but in that sector that they could then address through the interaction. The fact that we've had this 100 stakeholders here representing maybe over 30, 40 institutions is the fact that, the intense interest, concern, and when listening to the participants, the emotional pain that some of them have gone through, which includes farm workers and ex-farm workers who spoke here, and NGOs that work in that environment. What is very heartening is the fact that we have the provincial government and the provincial legislature, and the legislature, particularly as an oversight body, has been collaborating with our office here in this province, and has a very good relationship. And when I say good relationship, we also issue subpoenas. So it's not they understand the work of the Commission, but they have pledged again their support and working with us in this sector. What is important though is this Indaba must not just be Indaba. It must be a platform, or at least a roadmap for us to engage the different stakeholders in the interest of social harmony. We want to build social harmony, but the challenge to that social harmony is about the rights. And we are, the Human Rights Commission is about human rights. But also we say that in order to build the social harmony, we need to bring together those issues. If there are rights violations and those rights not be acknowledged and their dignity be impaired, we must see how that can be repaired in order for us to have a social harmony that builds South Africanness and build a cooperation and build between farm worker and farmers, farm workers and NGOs, and of course community with the South African Human Rights Commission.
Thank you. There's one thing that I wanted for you to elaborate. You spoke about the Commission going to farms or addressing some of the challenges in farming communities, not only in Limpopo. Can you maybe elaborate some of the key issues that the Commission deals with?
In predominantly rural populations, provinces, but rural provinces where there's like organized farming, agricultural activities. And they are all over the country, maybe except for Gauteng that doesn't have so much, the towns where there's cities and so on. But Gauteng also have got, on the border, organized farming communities. So when our officers pick up complaints in the different offices. They obviously follow it through a complaints handling process, but also interact with the community, affected community, who's either evicted, or either has electricity been cut off, or either whose water has been cut off. And those staff members of us, led by the provincial managers, are interacting with those, owners, landowners, farmers, and also the affected communities, and also ensure that there is constant communication. On the other hand, there's also what we do, litigation. In some provinces, there is litigation when people have been evicted, and some of them are still in court today. And yes, we want to have a better relationship. Our officers in every office in our provinces are saying, come, let's talk. Come, let us deal with it within the confines of the law. And that's all we're looking for, in the confines of the law, and let us respect the dignity of everyone in this country.
And lastly, the Speaker of the Legislature in Limpopo today spoke about the need for the protection of farm workers and also the protection of farmers as well whenever their rights are violated. She spoke about the issues of farm killing, but she also spoke about the issues of farm workers being attacked. What is Commission's reflection around that particular issue?
I think the Commission is very fair. The Commission is very fair. That's why also yesterday, on behalf of the Commission, when I spoke, I also spoke against farm murders. You will recall Senegal and how the Commission has handled Senegal in the Free State by interacting with the organized farming and agricultural communities. And through that, we managed to bring together with the farmers, we brought stability in Senegal. So that for me is the most beautiful example of how we can work together to bring, but the farmers there, so there's a farmer Tinus, who interacted together with his board, interacted with Pastor John, who represented the community, and through that interaction, and the Commission must really nurture that relationship between farmer and farm worker. If we, through other stakeholders as well, if we can do that, then we're on the road to social cohesion. Yes, the Speaker did speak about it, but we need to say, wherever criminality is happening, the law must take its course. We cannot, as a Human Rights Commission, do investigations around it. So we can do the condemnation of it and then monitor so that the law take proper course, and whoever is a violator in terms of criminal activities, they must be brought to book. And we must support those communities, those victim communities, whether it's the farmers or the farming community, the farmers community, or whether it is the farm workers community, or any person or any community that is there. On the issue of rights, the Commission must engage through its provincial offices the ability, which they have now, and they can, and they do it, to ensure the ongoing interaction of protecting, monitoring, and promoting the rights of farm workers, also domestic workers, also in the end, because we're not a trade union, but we are an institution that when we see a right being violated, we need to address that. And if found that the right has been violated, take the appropriate action.